Hello, and welcome back to yet another Toonkind at 12 FPS. I am going to be one of your co-hosts for tonight, Spec or Spectral Haunts, playing one Quinn, a detective with every problem under the sun. Joining me is one of my favorite co-hosts, one of my oldest friends in Draft House, and one of the people who I have dearly missed being able to have FPSs with.
Oh. Hi, everybody. My name is Wiz. I am playing Junior Detective Little Eye Stagehand today, and we are yeeting these boys into a social situation one on one directly after Unmurder Most Fowl, which
Surely
was
there
so
will be no
silly.
consequences to this. I love how lighthearted and funny that game was with Quinn not doing it once but twice eating shit. Um
It was
it
so
might have
good.
been three times. I can't actually remember. It was at least two times. I do remember two distinct times. Um and now we're gonna just completely 180.
Yeah, 100%. And I believe that Rye, as they were leaving, sort of went to Quinn and go, "Hey, do you want to get some lunch now that the case is over?"
And Quinn was like, yeah, sure. Quinn, oblivious to the fate that awaited him.
And he did twig that Rye was related to Lynn in some capacity
He
during that
did,
game, I think.
he did. And he could tell that Rye had some thoughts about him, but he couldn't get what they were. And he's trying to do better about being open about his emotions and talking to others. He's doing better about communicating.
Oh, good on him.
He's such a big kid now. Um,
So as they've moved away from the manor that Unmurder Most Foul took place in, I suppose they would take maybe a teleportation circle somewhere in Villestown, maybe. What do you think? Where would Quinn default to go? Oh yeah, let's go get them lunch.
he would default to Villestown just because in case something does go wrong, Min and Leo are nearby to save his ass. um
Yeah,
I
fair.
will say though, after you teleport, he does look a little queasy. My boy gets motion canonic. Have made it canonical and stated multiple times. He gets very motion sickness in teleportation circles.
Ryo just sort of look again. You okay?
I'm not the biggest fan of such instant teleportation. I prefer to travel the old-fashioned way.
Oh, I mean that's fine, but it's so slow.
But it's fun. It's about the journey.
Sometimes it can be about the journey, but I've had plenty of journeys without them, and I like being where I'm going.
Agree to disagree then.
Fair enough. Did you have a place in mind for lunch?
Quinn handed me. This is the funny thing: is he opens his mouth and closes it because his gut instinct was painted lady, and then he went, "Plot always goes down there." I don't believe in plot, but shit goes down there. But also, Leo's there to bail me out. But also, Leo's there.
And I think Quinn has had the realization that Rye knows Leo as well.
Yeah. So he's kind of weighing the options in his head. Let me grab my dice. If I'll roll a d20. If he gets a high number, I'll say that he decides on Painted Lady and decides he won't die. If he gets a low number, um, he'll go to some random place. He thinks of it as random. I spec him pulling from one of the other previously established locations of Villestown, a tavern there. I cannot remember the full name of the tavern. It, and I refuse to look in the gallery to see what Jade says. I stand on principle. Okay, he got a high number, so it doesn't matter. He's gonna go to the Painted Lady. Well,
Okay, great.
the Painted Lady is always a good go-to.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've been there before.
Oh, really? Oh, well, I'm surprised. It's this way. And he kind of starts walking.
Well, I'm not Villstown based. I know there are a lot of detectives here, but it's not where I'm based out of. So I've not really been to all of the places that is good to frequent and stuff in Villstown.
Yeah, well, I'm just surprised. Almost everybody I know goes here first. It's like a hot spot for tunes.
Hmm. I mean, maybe if you come to Villstown a lot. I've only been here a handful of times.
And not once, really?
Yeah,
Huh. Well, that throws
I'm
off
actually
my
going to roll him a
statistic.
history. I'm going to roll him a history and see if he's even heard of the Painted Lady before. Like, I think he might have in
Leo does
conversations with
work
Leo.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, but let me just. That is a whole ass two. What's your history, mate? Oh no.
I don't
Okay.
think a modifier could save that man.
No, especially not when his modifier is also a two. So that's a whole four. He's like, I don't think I've even heard of the place before, if I'm honest.
Really? Not even. But Leo works there, and I
There's a
was
small little visible dot 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 exclamation mark. Oh, he does? Oh, then we
yes,
definitely have to go there then. Okay.
yes. You see, a tune who hasn't gone to the Painted Lady, huh? He looks mildly visibly confused by this before he kind of shakes it off. He's a real kind. He's been desperately trying to understand the how this place works, and he once he finally started to think, because I do have to pick at the AI server for every character having visited the Painted Lady like once. Uh, I am legally required to pick on this server because I love it. Um, well, we can go there. They've got mostly coffee and little snacks, but I think they have some sandwiches now. One of their new workers been kind of pushing a bit healthier, wide variety of meals.
That's fair enough. It's important to get good food, especially if it gets frequent by detectives and things a lot. The rate
Yeah.
of existing purely off things like coffee is pretty high, which is not a recommended technique.
Yeah. Don't know any detectives who do that. No. Quinn, sweat dropping. Quinn is luckily not as bad though. Quinn does do better. He is one of the healthier detectives. A low bar to reach, but a bar nonetheless. um, so he probably leads them there, and he's not going to start up any conversation really, um, unless they go by like too long without silence. If neither have talked by halfway there, he might start talking.
All right. Um, I think Rye might start the conversation a little bit, and he'll just pipe up partway then go, so I gather from your accent that you're from Fort Sanon?
Correct. I am not doing a French accent. You'll pry for this from my dead body. Correct.
It's quite a distinctive way of talking, so I kind of figured.
Yeah, it is. Um, I will admit I haven't run into too many people here who have it.
I mean, there's similar tune dialects that I've heard, but they're not the same as a Fort Sanon accent. Um, but no, I only really know one other person from there, I think.
I'm guessing Leo.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. I haven't really run into a lot of people who come here. It's a bit of a journey, and most Fort Sinanians don't really have anything of interest here.
Which is weird. I think it's plenty interesting, but then again, I've never been over there either.
Well,
And, well, if teleportation circles aren't as common over there as they are here, then, well, you have to use a boat.
he kind of rubs the back of
That
his neck. They're not too uncommon, especially in cities. I'm just very much not a fan.
you kind of looked like you were gonna puke, so
Yes, they are only in cities. I know gallery puts my hands up in the air. I'm doing good, I promise. I messed up. Um love it when the gallery escapes containments to make sure I'm not misinforming Laura. Yeah, he does like they're only in cities, but yeah, no. I while I had access to them, I was not a fan of them.
that's fair. Have you been in Ankwell long?
About and kind of pauses and frowns. About 2 to 3 years as at this point.
Oh, that's a lot longer than I thought.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I haven't been quite as active until the more recent past years.
You had something else on your mind, I suppose.
Oh, no, I just didn't really have any leads. I was mostly just chasing on wild goose chases. It wasn't until recently that I even found Leo and the others. I've been trying to stick around them, hope keep an eye on them.
Ryan's just gonna roll his hammer space real quick. That is a 4. He has pulled out the little flip notebook that Quinn saw him writing in the last case that they just did, and he's flipping through old pages and then flips to a new page and he just starts writing in it.
Can Quinn try and see what he's writing?
Yeah, I will roll a stealth, I guess, and you can roll
Stealth or
a.
sleight of hand, whichever's higher for you.
Oh, it is definitely stealth.
I love it whenever that's like the reaction. There's this little hole. Okay. Yeah, nope. He didn't roll that high. He has no idea what you're writing. He kind of
He
looks
might
at
be
you.
writing it in Grolix.
That actually could explain that, because while he knows thieves can't, he does not know Growlix.
So he's writing it in Grolix. So it just looks like heckin' exclamation mark at hash squiggle skull whatever.
Quinn kind of blinks and looks at it, taking notes on something.
Yeah, just personal notes so I don't forget. It's a good habit to be in, given as I'm hoping to take the test to be a fully licensed detective very soon. So I gotta stay in good habits.
Oh, no, that is a good idea. I used to know someone who did that, and well, he was able to pass quite early on. So it's a good sign. Keep up that work. I'm sure you'll pass easily. You did very well during the recent case.
I'm doing my best. It's not the first time I've been on a case with stupid rich people, but they sure know how to keep us on our toes, huh?
That is true.
I was surprised though. One of those birds did actually mention a case I was on once. I didn't
Oh,
realize that they were keeping track of him so much, but I suppose if you're in those rich people social circles, it's all gossip and stuff. So,
yeah. Gossip, balls, advance parties, a lot of talking.
yeah, seems like a lot of effort for not a whole lot of gain, but if they want to spend their money like that, then who am I to stop them?
Yeah, agreed. And would you say they probably made it to the Painted Lady at this point?
Yep.
Quinn kind of opens the door and lets Rye in. I've refused to look at the gallery, so you can answer in the roll zone. But is Leo working today? I'm standing on principle.
Oh my god.
He is not. Okay.
Oh, it would have been so funny if he was, though. Oh well.
Um. It's not up to me, beloved.
Leo's on break.
Leo's on break. Yeah, that works. This way, we can lean either way if needed. Quinn notices that Leo is not at the desk and does not know if he should sign relief for stress, but either way leads Rye up to the counter. You go ahead and order. It's on me.
Oh, thanks. That's very nice of you.
Oh, of
Oh,
course.
um, one one thing though. Do you know Prestidge?
No, I do not. Sorry. Magic is not something I use too much.
Okay. Do you want me to? Because you're still kind of gravy covered.
Yeah, because if Leo does show up, I don't need to be bullied.
Oh, I'll be telling him. But you get sticky.
Fair enough.
Rye's just gonna snap his fingers a little bit and press to ditch the gravy off him.
Quinn is cleansed.
And with that, he'll put his hands on his hips, give a little bit of a nod, and then he'll trot over to order.
Quinn will follow after him. This way he can pay and so he can order himself.
And yeah, I suppose they'll just order a sandwich or whatever it is, and
Yeah, Quinn probably orders like a little sandwich and tea.
yeah, I think Rye would do the same. Or maybe like a no, tea is probably what he would go with.
Yeah. They've got little sweets if he wants any of those.
Hmm. Do you want a sweet?
Oh, you want to get sweet
Eh.
from the painted lady so badly. Oh.
Yeah, he'll probably get a little cake as well.
Quinn comments that that's a good cake. He's had it before. So Quinn probably pays and then they go over and wait a few seconds as they collect their food and drinks. And then they're probably able to find a table pretty easily. 'Tis the fate of
Mm.
the painted lady.
Like a booth in the corner or something.
Really funny you say that because multiple times I've joked and said the plot booth. And I love that everyone agrees that it's a booth that all this happened. I love that that's just a universal agreement here.
Ha ha ha.
So yeah, they probably go and sit down in the booth and Gwen just starts gently sipping his tea, nibbling on his sandwich.
So, what are you working on at the minute? Are you fully licensed now?
Oh, yeah, no, I finally got my Inkwell license as well. And I'm mostly just working on odd cases wherever I can get a job.
Ryan's gonna take a really long sip of his tea and then puts the cup down.
So you're not working on the Leighton case anymore.
All right, deception time. Oh, yeah, she did pretty good at that.
Stay on the desk, please.
All right,
What's your insight, kiddo? Ooh.
you did pretty alright at that. I say about over 20. Uh,
Nope.
yeah,
Not with a 21.
Quinn kind of glances up and frowns as he tilts his head and lowers his tea. I am, though I don't quite talk about it. You know about it?
I know of some of the details. Yeah.
Ah, no. Yes, no, I am technically still on that case. However, I try not to focus on it too much. I'm trying to work on it with the help of others rather than alone. So my ability to work on it depends on the progress others have made and when we're able to meet to discuss notes.
Rise just sort of leans in a little bit and sort of squints at Quinn for a second, but then leans back and takes another bite of his sandwich. And thankfully, Quinn has been here for long enough that he's seen Toons be weird. That like Rye does not have a mouth. Bites just sort of disappear as he holds the food close to where a mouth ought to be.
Quinn tries not to think about it. He tries so hard not to think about it.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Urai's actually got his little notebook out again, and he's sort of looking over some more of his notes, which is also in Grolix, and he's just sort of looking them over, and he glances up at Quinn and then is looking at them over again.
Have you made any progress?
I've made some. Why are you asking?
Just some notes that I've been taking. I was just wondering.
Ah, well, I'm quite certain. You said you know Lynn, correct?
I do.
Well, pretty much everything that I know, Lynn knows as well. I haven't really made much progress since she last looked over the case.
How long ago was that?
Um, a good couple of months.
So you haven't been over to the Requiem recently?
Ah, no, I've heard that it's in a town full of a large amount of undead, and he kind of shivers slightly. I'm not that comfortable around people like that. Quinn, don't word it like that. That sounds so Quinn!
I'm going to roll him another history. Buppity bub. Alright, that's better. Oop. It's not going to roll if I'm in DMs. Where did the channel go?
It's gone.
Okay, so that's an 18. Because he's just thinking back to when Leo was staying with them, and there was a small little hey, don't take him into the ghost house. That might freak him out.
Yeah,
Oh, right. Something about ghosts and things. Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of one of the biggest taboos of our culture.
What, like necromancy?
Yes, like that. That's very bad. The capital punishment in our culture if you have the worst judge possible.
Huh. What about people that were just born that way?
Born that way,
Yeah.
born undead.
Yeah.
Is this a tune thing?
I suppose.
Oh, yes.
Our neighbor is a family of ghosts, and that's how they were made. Not made, but like no, but they were never alive to begin with. They were just always ghosts.
Well, see, that's where it gets complicated. Fort Sanan doesn't have any instance of that. The only reason somebody would be undead in Fort Sanan is because somebody tried to play powerful with life and control the cycle.
Hmm.
I'll admit I've gotten a bit better about them since coming to Inkwell, just because I've realized about cases like that. It's just complicated and hard to understand.
Right. So that's why you didn't want me telling the goose lady about the school for necromancy that's in Halloween Town.
Yes, exactly. It is the equivalent of you telling someone. For those not from Fort Sanan, this may come across as a bit extreme, but it was in a way almost encouraging murder. I'm trying to think of the best way to translate this idea over.
kind of understand. But at the same time, the way that I think of it is when it comes to things like alcohol, if you don't teach people how to be responsible with their alcohol, then they'll go and do something stupid.
That is a good point, and I can respect that thinking, even if I don't agree with it at all.
And, like, yeah, necromancy is a little bit different, but at the same time, what you do with it makes all the difference. That's why the school in Halloween Town is for ethical necromancy rather than just willy nilly bullshit, you know?
He kind of makes a little bit of a grimace. I don't know how it can be ethical, but okay.
I haven't been to any of the classes. I don't have an aptitude for that kind of magic, and I don't really want to do it.
Hmm. He takes another bite of his sandwich. He's got a little grimace now.
Parai kind of sits back in his chair and looks Quinn up and down a little bit.
You look a little bit different to how I thought you would.
He kind of blinks. Huh?
Then he flips through his notes.
Well, I mean, you're real kind. That matches. Did you ever have purple hair?
Uh, no, I've never had purple hair. I've always had this color. I try not to dye my hair. It's too much effort.
I'll take your word for it.
And he gives his little head a little pat. He's bald. But
That does get a
he's
snort out
looking
of Quinn.
he's looking at his notes, and you can see him with his little pen. He just circles something and puts a whole bunch of question marks next to it.
Eh, I wonder what that was about then.
What was about then? Was there a magazine about me published?
No,
Oh, thank
no,
goodness.
that's not where I heard of you.
Did Leo do this? I wouldn't be surprised, but still. Purple? Really? He knows I don't like
It wasn't
purple.
Leo. It wasn't
Ah,
him.
and he kind of frowns. Then who was it?
My sibling.
What is your sibling's name? A
Network.
network. I'm gonna roll a history to see if he recognizes network from Leo talking,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm gonna make it a higher DC because he has definitely never met network. Oh, well, that's actually a decent roll. Okay, fine. Fine, Quinn, fine. You can know who network is. Sheesh. Calm down. Ne- Hasn't wait, Leo's mentioned network before. As in the house?
Yeah,
The
she's a
glitter house.
genius locust. The glitter house. Yeah, that'd be her. She's a genius locust.
Ah, well, I don't know where she got that information. I've never visited her. Like I said, your town doesn't exactly mix well with me.
Ride sort of taps his pen against the side of his notebook, and he takes in a deep breath and then lets it out in a sigh.
Okay. I really should have tried to talk to Minami before running into you, but I just forgot.
Ah, yeah, no. He kind of gives a laugh. Me is definitely a good source of genuine information about me. For example, what kind of hair color I have. Purple.
It makes me worry a bit, Quinn,
That my
because my sibling is usually very reliable. But in this particular circumstance, there were details that she didn't remember correctly or didn't remember clearly, even though it had literally only just happened.
Oh,
And she was acting a little out of character. And you've probably been here long enough to know that when a tune acts out of character, it's a little bit of a big deal.
Quinn's frowning and nodding. He's kind of put his tea down to look at the other. What are you saying?
He's going to put his notebook down and his pen and he just sort of folds his hands on the tabletop.
I'll be quite frank with you, Quinn. Someone came into our agency looking like you and attacked my mom.
All right. Now here for a fun history roll. Okay, that's low. He did not connect the dots. Okay. He kind of frowns. What?
Hmm. Yeah,
I who what? And he kind of sits back
I don't
slightly.
I don't know who. And I know that this is a big enough deal that my mom decided that she was not going to pursue it.
I'm gonna roll a
And
history again. Okay, that didn't roll anything. That got even lower. He's not. He is too focused on this. You keep talking. Sorry.
All right.
and she's not really known for letting cases go. She's diverted it to Minami, but that in
Minami?
itself is a big deal.
But Minami hasn't mentioned anything like that to me. She would have said something about if someone was going around pretending to be me. That's kind of a big deal for her.
I am just checking the date stamps in my DMs. This took place in June. Shit, this was like over a year ago.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
June 2022. Far out. Okay, nearly 2 years ago. Shit.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Been a hot
So
minute.
Rye's still just looking at Quinn. It's like,
I have not deliberately put my foot in this and sought you out because mom said that Minami had it under control. But
I'm
I'm still concerned, especially given as you don't match the description that network showed me from her memories directly.
what shared the no, I'm sure this all makes sense somehow. If Minami hasn't told me, that probably means she's got it undercover. She probably already figured out who did it and is taking care of apprehending them. She probably just didn't tell me so I wouldn't worry.
I don't know. And I didn't ask Minami when I met her. I was a little bit too preoccupied with meeting Minami, who's technically, in a roundabout way, a cousin of mine. And I was more excited about that.
Cut this family tree, I swear. No, I can't blame you. I would completely understand it. She's a wonderful person, and I would highly definitely recommend getting to know her before you get to know her work. No, her work is just as exemplary as she is.
But that's kind of the bulk of it. This person came into our home and attacked my mom because of the Leighton case.
Because of the Leighton. Hmm. Bad news, everyone. Quinn is coming to the wrong conclusion in his head. Mm. Quinn kind of frowns as he looks at the other. Oh, if it's because of the Leighton case, then. Well, I have a few ideas, but I am not at liberty to share those. I will have to bring it up with Minami directly, especially since she seems to be on this case, or was on this case.
And there is some comfort, I suppose, in that this has nothing else has happened for a while.
Yes,
Given as this attack happened mm, nearly 2 years ago now.
two. I'm rolling again on that history, man. Finally, Quinn. He kind of frowns and he goes, "Two. Is this Rye? May I ask you a question?
You may.
Is this why this attack? Is this why Lynn stopped talking to me as much, outside of an occasional letter when I would ask for her consult on something or would give an update on Leo? To be honest, it's barely been an occasional letter at that. Approximately
I'm
two
sorry
years
again.
ago, approximately 2 years ago was when I got the letter from her that we would not be talking as much.
Yeah, probably the reason why.
Stars above. And he kind of runs a hand across his face. Okay. Okay. I got it. Okay. No, I'm definitely glad she made that choice. If I would rather her stay safe.
I haven't talked to Minami, and I don't know what she knows about any of this. All I know is what Mom told me and what Network told me. But there's also a problem with that. And while it'd be nice to think that because this was nearly 2 years ago, it's all blown over and is now fine, it's still a worry because people don't just walk into Halloween Town and start making trouble.
I understand. Oh. And he kind of pulls out his plot device. Let me send a message to Minami and then um, maybe she'll be able to get back to me at some point.
Do you want to roll a quick insight on Rye?
Yes, I will roll that insight. That was a stinking low number. Let me quickly write the message to Minami. Okay. Comment no. And then let me add the modifier. No guarantee if Comet will see this. for obvious reasons. Um, but all right, modifier time. Ah, insight or perception. Which one?
um,
Oh, it's the same modifier.
yeah. Okay. I was gonna say whichever one is better, but
It's the same
okay,
modifier.
that's that's
Yeah,
that's an 11.
yeah.
11 is above average. So like Rye is trying to do the um like the stern detective behind the desk thing, because he's seen Lynn use that technique to great effect. He's also just very baby. Uh,
He is so
so,
baby.
but when Quinn pulls out his phone, Rye is sort of just he just sort of looks at it, and you can see this small little tilt of the head, before he's like, "Nope, I'm doing this bit."
Quinn kind of glances up. Um, you do know what a plot device is, right? I have learned that not every tune knows about those.
Uh, no. I mean, it
Ah,
kind of looks like our desk phone, except not.
it's like that. It's just portable. Here, I don't know how to explain it. It just appeared in my pocket one day, part of Inkwell, I guess. Um, though they do exist outside of here, they just go by phones. Um, reach into your pocket or something, and if it shows up, it means it's time for you to have it.
Oh,
I'm not joking when I say that. I really, really would be thinking I am, but I'm not.
Rye's immediately sticking his hands in his in his coat pocket and rifling around. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll him his hammer space, but he's only gonna pull out a plot device if it's an 8 or better. All right, let's see. That is a 4. Nope, not right now, lad. Not right now.
I don't think I've got one.
Maybe it'll happen later.
Okay.
Okay. Um, and he kind of gets a little ding on his phone, and he glances down. Oh, Mimi's responding.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's typing right now. He looks
Oh,
very nervous.
that's neat. That's like letters or paper airplanes, but faster and not needing to carry a stack of paper around. Not that that matters so much if you've got a hammer space, but okay.
Yeah,
He's gonna stick his hands in his pockets again. I'm not gonna roll it again just now, but he's gonna stick his hands in his pockets like, I want one.
it
Can I
will
have one?
show up. Don't worry. It, like I said, it comes when it's needed. I got it whenever I was, and he kind of stops as he gets another message. I mean, we did know about this case. And his face kind of frowns.
It's worrisome. And I've also kind of been involved in a few cases involving things like changelings and whatnot taking the place of other people, and so it kind of rubs me up the wrong way.
Yeah, yeah, no, I completely understand that. I would not blame you for that, actually.
But it's why I was asking you about the Leighton case.
Yeah.
Because this person who attacked the stagehand's requiem didn't want mom stopping you.
What? And he kind of looks up at that. Wait, you're telling me. Wait, so. You gotta put up. It wasn't that they were trying to stop her from doing the case, it was trying to stop her from stopping me?
Yeah.
and they came as me.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll
And
the dice because he knows one other person. Oh, he got so low. No, it, I'm rolling again. He got it at one.
Oh, Quinn.
Quinn,
Oh dear.
my darling baby boy.
That's
Brain
all right. I will
cells,
keep talking and see if that prompts another roll of the dice.
brain
this
cells.
person who came as you wanted you to keep working on the Leighton case with reckless abandon.
Reckless. Rolling the dice again. Thank goodness! We got a decent roll. Celebrate, throw hands. He kind of pauses and his face darkens slightly. Ah, I see. Okay.
And maybe I shouldn't be telling you all this because I'm not on this case and mom's not on this case, so it's not in our agency's jurisdiction, but it's I'm not telling you this as a detective. I'm telling you this as a person whose parent got attacked, whose sibling got attacked by mom thought it was some kind of deity. Network disagreed, but the Peckneck destroyed her desk.
No, no, I do believe that your mother was right. Hmm. You kind of take a deep breath. Well, I can reassure you that that will not be a problem anymore.
Brian only has one eye, but he does still manage to give that raised eyebrow kind of expression at Quinn.
You can give me assurances.
I can give you an assurance on this.
How come?
Because if these things do add up. Right, I have a question. And this is going to seem very peculiar, but it will be what proves it for me.
Go
Did
ahead.
your sibling tell you what color eyes I had?
Mm, he's flipping through his notes. Mm, hold on, let me go back to my did it get mentioned? Do do do. Uh, 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 uh.
No,
Hmm. I guess I
she
can't be
didn't have a
completely
clear
sure.
picture. She
Well,
didn't have a clear picture.
then I can't say completely certain, but someone who has invested interest in me staying more reckless on the case and who can look like me and who's accused of being a deity does give me an idea. Though I will definitely speak to this person and see if this is true.
The way that mom described it was professional. She can't help it. But what mom was saying contradicted what Network was saying.
Hmm.
Network didn't think it was a god, but couldn't give an alternate answer, but she was dead set. Mom was pretty sure it was a god, though. And honestly, that would make sense because Halloween Town, really the only kind of people that could get through Halloween Town's defenses is somebody with that kind of power. And there's also a god living in Halloween Town, so
Yes.
it wouldn't be just a normal person. Even a changeling wouldn't get through.
Yes, I see. No, I agree with you. Hmm. Thank you for bringing this to my attention.
Why did you want to reopen the Layton case?
And his face kind of softens at that. Our son Leighton was someone very important to me. And I found it hard to believe that he had died of an accident. I wanted I wanted justice for him and to make sure that come his next cycle he would be safe from the things that hurt him this time.
Rye is frowning.
Huh?
I was hoping to, if I could prove that someone had, well, someone had murdered him, I could see that person behind bars.
No, that part I understood.
He kind of frowns, and what did you not understand?
The next cycle?
Ah, it relates to why we Fortsananians don't believe in necromancy. To us, life is a cycle. Um, when one when our life ends, we continue into the next one, a sort of rebirth. Necromancy to us is someone purposely breaking that cycle, not allowing a soul to begin its next journey. Our son has certainly already begun his next journey. But although I have no idea where it is, and I probably never will, I thought it would be nice to know that at least that life would not suffer the same fate as this one.
Oh.
Rye suddenly looking very thoughtful.
How much of the same person are they when they come around for another go?
Well, depends on who you ask. Some believe that they are quite similar, that their new life is an echo of their past. Some believe they can be similar or different, depends on how they were in their last life, that this new life is a sort of payment for what they did in the last one, or reward. And then there are some who believe that they are nothing alike, that they are as disconnected as can be, and that it is merely the soul that is shared, nothing else.
Hmm. I would have thought it would be the soul that makes a person.
Ah, well, while the soul can do a lot, and the soul can remember a lot of things, even if the mind cannot, it's a lot of times a person's past that can make them. Most criminals aren't criminals because they Their soul was like that. The criminals, because that is how they were raised to be, or how the world made them.
Ryan nods at that.
What they suffer
Exactly.
changes how they behave. I
Yes.
know that.
So that's where it gets a little complicated. It gets a lot into theory of the mind and mm, how someone is raised versus if they're born a certain way. It's a lot of debate, and a lot of times Fortunon cannot quite agree on things, as with any religion. No,
I've never
scholars of
really
religion.
been I've never really been religious. That was more my sister's thing.
Yeah, I definitely can understand. Ours is not a religion in the typical sense. We don't have gods. We don't even believe in their existence, though I use the term here for ease of communication. Rather, it is just a fact of our world.
Hmm.
It is,
Must be a bit of a culture shock coming to Ankwell then, because we have loads of gods here. Like
you
there's
have
one that lives down the street from me.
you have people who call themselves gods. That is where we are different.
I suppose.
My culture does not believe there is any God in the sense of the word people give it. There is no person out there so powerful they are untouchable. All people, even those who claim to be gods, can be killed. That is the nature
Yeah,
of being alive.
I guess I'd agree with that. Mr. Allhallows really didn't appreciate what the god of death did to him, so.
Hmm.
If there is that next cycle thing, is it really for their benefit that you're looking into it? Or is it for yours?
Hmm.
How long ago did this happen?
A lot of years ago, and I'll admit at this point it is more for my own sake. Closure, if you would say.
And if you get an answer, if it one way or the other, if it was just a house fire or if someone did set it or something else, when you find that out, what happens next?
I go home. Maybe I'll stay here a bit longer, help people out, say goodbye to the people I've gotten to know here. But in the end, my purpose here will be done and I should go home.
And what's waiting for you there?
My father, the people of Fort Sanan. There is a lot back home that I wish I could help with, that I've been unable to help with because I've been here. The sooner I figure things out and come to an official close, the sooner I can go back and help those people.
Seems like a sad thing to leave on.
Yeah, being a detective is not always about having the most joyous life. Although it is filled with it, I can definitely thank Me and even Leo for that and Arsene, but
Oh, come on. Aren't you like 18?
yes, yes, I am.
And you've been here for like 3 years or something.
Yes.
You can't just go, I am a detective and have no joy in life. I've
I
seen what that does to people. It destroys them and it's shit.
well, no, I do believe in joy. I found joy many a times. but I also understand a sense of duty.
And
It
I get that too. But who is your duty to?
is to the people of Fortunon
And why is your duty to them, Quinn?
because I care for them. And his face does soften, and you see that there's not a single lie in his face. I love the people of my country. And if I can do something to help them, to make them happier and safer, then I will do that. Maybe one day, after things in Fort Sinan no longer need my help, I'll I'll come back here. I do really love the people here, even if the culture, like you said, is a bit of a shock. But until then, I believe I'm needed in Fort Sinan. And while it is my choice if I can follow that feeling, I want to. I'd rather be alone a couple more years, but have the reassurance that I've helped people than to stay here, but always have that fear in the back of my head of what I could have done. And like I said, I will come back. I'm not worried. I'm not thinking that this is a goodbye forever to everyone. I couldn't. I kind of laughs. I think Mina Me and Lee would actually kill me if I did that. But I do have to acknowledge that I do have things to do. And while Inkwell is wonderful, it's not my home. It never was.
Could be.
it
Home
could.
is a really interesting kind of concept.
That it is.
The
And
place the place where I was born, it was never home. I wasn't wanted, not even a little bit. From the day I was born, it wasn't home. And when I left, the first couple of places I found were nice and people treated me like I had value, but it wasn't home. It wasn't until I ended up at the Requiem where I found what home was, what it meant, what it felt like. And that's not something that anyone else can decide for you. If
yes.
Fort Zanon is home, then it's home. But you gotta think about the places that you visit, the people you see. Home might be surprising in where you find it. It's
No.
not home because you were born there and because you've got family there. I've got family here, and I definitely don't consider Villestown to be my home, even though there's quite a lot of stagehands who live here.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying, and I do agree that, yes, home does not necessarily have to be where your family is. Trust me, you tunes have shown me that. And but as of the moment, I don't see my home as here.
That's fine. If you upset Leo, though, I'm gonna kick your butt. I'm the only
Oh,
person allowed to do
absolutely.
that.
Absolutely. You have every right. Um, honestly, if I do, I'm quite certain there's a large amount of people who would kick my butt, including myself. Leo,
I consider myself to be one of the few people allowed to annoy Leo. So
yes, I agree. Siblings do get that right.
hmm. Can I ask you a favor, Quinn?
Sure.
I have deliberately not interfered with this because mom said that Minami had it covered. If something happens, can you let me know? Because
Yeah.
I I want to keep my home safe,
Yeah.
my family safe, and I don't I will not stand for anything happening again. I can't.
No, I can respect that, and absolutely. You deserve to have the comfort of your home. It's,
I'd appreciate that.
of course.
And if you need help on, any of your cases, blatant case or otherwise, if mom is avoiding you to keep herself and network safe from this person, then that's her choice. The
Yes.
Pegneck didn't threaten me.
Yes. Though I would prefer if you get her permission first. I,
I don't really have a choice. I'm still an apprentice, at least until I take the test, so.
okay. Good. And even if you take the test, I deeply respect Detective Lynn's opinion, and especially as her kid. I would like
That's why
to not have.
I'm not asking you as a detective. I'm not asking you as Detective Little Rye Stagehand. I'm asking you as Rye. I want to help because I want to keep my family safe.
I'm telling you, as Quinn, that while I would like help, if anything were to happen to you because of this case, the weight of guilt I would feel is more than I would like to bear.
Well, we'll just have to work together to make sure nothing happens to
Hmm.
either of us.
Man, you sound like me to me.
It's
How?
always a lot easier when you work together, Quinn.
Yes, I know.
You listen to your elders now, okay?
There's a
He
pause.
just sort of puts
What?
his.
Well, yes, I listened to Detective Lynn and Minami.
I meant me.
There's a blink. Wait, how old are you, Rye?
I'm 18.
And how do you know you're older than me then?
Because I know what your date of birth is.
He kind of blinks. You're older than me. Okay, well, tunes.
Just because I'm short doesn't mean that I'm a
I'm,
kid.
yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for assuming. He kind of holds his hands up defensively.
It's a good trick.
Yeah, I
Make
can definitely
make
see
people
how.
think that you're not a big deal, but then oopsie, out comes acid arrow and you burn part of their suit off.
Yeah, no, I can definitely see the benefits of it.
And Rye's just gonna sort of put his hands in his pockets again, and and he doesn't have a mouth, so he's only got one eye to work with for expressions, but it seems a bit smug.
Thank you again, Rye, for bringing this bringing this to my attention. He kind of glances down at his plot device. I'll have to talk to Minami about this at some point.
Yeah. Keep me in the loop, though, okay?
And kind of smiles. If you get permission from Detective Lynn.
Fine. I'll ask my mom.
Yeah, yeah, you better. Respect your elders, like you said.
You know she's only like 4 years older than me.
What? But
No, wait,
she's your
5.
but she's your mom. What? Is this a tune thing?
I'm adopted, Quinn.
Well, I know you're adopted, but like wouldn't she be like your older sister then?
That's not what we put on the paperwork. She's my mom.
Okay.
And I even have a dad now, too. That's cool.
Okay. 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 Tunes. Tunes.
Hey, you couple of fucking sad shits.
Beautiful timing.
I am gonna roll me with save. That's a
Oh
pretty good one.
gosh, let me roll. Okay. Yeah, yeah, Quinn's also Rye gets a +1 to his save because he is in the vicinity of Quinn.
Oh, okay, great. Rise, fine. Rise just gonna kind of turn to look over where the voice came from. Leo!
Leo. So you are working
I
here
was gonna
today.
I was gonna bug you earlier because I saw you guys walk in when I was on my break, but then you looked like you were having kind of a shitty conversation.
Quinn kind of grimaces, late in case.
How don't fucking swear at me.
I'm sorry, Leonardo.
You know what? Just for that, I had brought you guys over a couple more slices of cake, but just for that, you don't get yours. Mine now.
Okay, eat it up, Leo. We all know you need to eat more anyways.
We don't do anymore.
Wait, genuinely, I can get mom to make some chili for you if you need it, Leo.
No.
He does.
You know, the second that I mention anything about you not eating well, and mom is gonna go completely overboard. She will lose her mind.
He hasn't.
Rye, my beloved cousin, my favorite idiot bittiest little guy, little Rye Stagehand, my dearest. I'm pretty sure Aunt Lynn is on Minami's lunch schedule for me. She knows.
Good. You need to eat more. And
Dude,
Quinn
I have
kind of
someone bringing me lunch every day I work at this point. I'm fine.
Quinn kind of crosses his arms, and yet you are still so skinny.
That's part of my fucking design, asshole. Microaggression.
It's not. You're half real kind.
Do you
Yes.
see the shit I have to deal with, Rye?
Do you see what I have to deal with, Rye?
Don't
Oh
fucking
dear.
try to get him on your side. He's my cousin.
Uh, yeah, that means he knows how much of a menace you can be.
Well, yeah. Why do you think I turned him into a chihuahua?
You what?
Bitch.
Wait, you what? Quinn
Rise
is
kind of flopped over on the booth seat, and he can see his little stick legs kicking as he's laughing.
Quinn is leaned forward all the way. And then kind of looks over at Leo and kind of chin hands. Oh, you did not tell me about this one. Does
You
Minami
know what? I've
know?
decided you get your cake. Come here.
Does Camille know? Oh, now Leo, let's be civil here. You're at your job. You're on the. Let's be civil here, Leo.
There are little pops of Grolix popping up into the air, little red stars and exclamation marks with a little yellow border just popping into the air around Rye.
Quinn is
Just,
very
just
slowly.
losing it.
Quinn is just slowly pushing up against the seat away from Leo.
Leo's so tempted to just shove the cake at Quinn's face and dump Rye's slice of cake on him.
Let's be civil, Leo. I'll tell me.
Yeah, you tell me to me. She's a toon. She knows all about food fights, bitch.
I'll tell me. I'm real kind.
Surely you have naturalized by now. It's been a couple of years. You know what we're like.
I
Yeah,
sure
Quinn.
no. I have not been naturalized.
Don't
I'm.
worry, Leo. We were in a case just before, and
Here it
Quinn,
is.
you missed out on the opportunity seeing Quinn covered head to toe in gravy.
You know what? I think I can remedy this.
Quinn just kind of sits down and accepts his fate.
Get caked, idiot.
He just kind of sighs as like I imagine the cake just kind of slowly drips down his face. All right. Do you feel better, Leo?
Not quite. And he turns to Rye with the other slice of cake.
Rice just giggling. He's not going to resist at all.
Yeah, that's what I fucking thought you'd say. And Rye gets cake on his head.
Ah, what a good waste of good cake. Oh no.
And he's
Oh,
gonna stick his hands in his pocket. Hold on, let me just roll his hammer's face. Oh yeah, he's gonna stick his hands in his pocket. He's gonna pull out a cloth to wipe the cake off. But I'm gonna make the executive decision that it's wrapped around a lump, and he's just gonna kind of look at it.
Huh?
And he's gonna take the cloth off, and he's gonna have his own little plot device now.
Yeah!
I
And
told
he's just
you.
gonna look at it,
Ah! Okay, you gotta show me how to use it.
and
Oh,
he's kicking his.
okay. Quinn kind of leans over with his, and I feel like this is a good time for the camera to slowly zoom out as Quinn and Leo get to
Yeah.
teach Rye how to use a plot device.
Leo pulls out his plot device, which is a little flip phone, but it has enough charms hanging off of it that it looks like a flail. They beat Jesus with that.
Marzi! All right. Well, thank you, Marzi, for your cameo. Thank you, Wiz, for doing this FPS with me.
I love it. I love it so much. Oh gosh,
Thank you to
this
all
has
our.
been so fun.
It has been. It didn't go as bad. It didn't go as angsty as I expected.
No, Rai didn't lose the shit. He's had 2 years, 2 years to just go.
Okay, it's obviously not his doing, but gotta make sure he's safe.
Yeah.
That's
And Quinn did not go full anime mode. Um,
It's the therapy.
just the therapy. It no, you joke, but that is like Quinn is clinging to his magical therapy like a lifeline these days. um, but yeah, thank you to all our current listeners and all our future listeners. We hope you had a wonderful time.
We'll see you in the next one.
Bye
Bye.
bye.